Hello lovely viewers, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. The Bold and the Beautiful. Few characters in the complex world of daytime drama have inspired as much fear and reverence as the original Bill Spencer. A formidable tycoon who is well known in Los Angeles' elite circles for his keen intuition and unwavering determination. Recall how Bill always managed to outmaneuver his opponents, whether in boardrooms or personal conflicts, with his penetrating stare and strategic maneuvers. He was a master tactician who combined fierce ambition with a tendency to defend his family, often and mindlessly breaking the law to suit his needs. However, the show's authors have recently led him down a road of unusual fragility, turning this once unstoppable tycoon into someone who is much too easily duped by complex schemes. On fan websites and social media forums, fans are venting their frustrations while recalling past episodes in which Bill skillfully uncovered betrayals or planned takeovers. This change hasn't just made him less of himself. Discussions over whether the soap opera is purposefully softening him for dramatic effect or whether it is a mistake in character development were triggered by it, giving our conversation a new dimension. Suppose the plot included flashbacks to Bill's early years at Spencer Publications, showing how his ruthless business methods created his reputation data, which may serve as a reminder to characters and viewers of the guy he once was. The Luna Noah story, a plotline that left many baffled by Bill's unusual credulity, was one of the most obvious instances of this decline. It all began when Luna, with her crafty charm and ulterior motives, organized a fabricated paternity test to persuade Bill that he was her long-lost father. Her emotional appeal affected Bill in a manner that impairs his normally astute judgment. This was no isolated act of deceit. After her first offense came to light, it turned into a web of deceit in which Luna used Bill's newly discovered parental impulses to get her release. Even as the evidence against her grew, Bill stepped in, using his power to move her from prison bars to the relative comfort of home arrest and ultimately a contentious full pardon that stunned both the Spencer and Forrester families. To further, imagine the courtroom scenes when Bill's evidence persuaded the judge, maybe using made-up information, such as he coerced anonymous witnesses or took use of legal loopholes, only to have it backfire horribly. The consequences were disastrous. Due to her unbridled freedom, Luna was able to intensify her plots, which ultimately led to acts that put Bill's loved ones in grave risk, including his son Liam Spencer, whose life was turned upside down by her manipulations. Viewers have noted how this reflects issues of familial ties and naive faith in real life. In Bill's situation, however, it's a sharp contrast to the guy who previously discovered corporate espionage before it could spread, creating a fresh perspective. What if the program explored Bill's inner monologue at these times, exposing faint undertones of uncertainty that he repressed out of emotional weakness, giving his already fragile situation more depth? Bill's present involvement with Dr. Grace Buckingham only serves to exacerbate this annoyance. An esteemed physician whose role in Liam's medical emergency creates more concerns than a stormy sea. Caution. Grace first seems like a ray of hope, providing an experimental treatment for Liam's tumor, which was diagnosed as potentially fatal. However, as the plot develops, it becomes more and more obvious that Bill is ignoring obvious inconsistencies such as Grace's evasive responses during consultation chat or medical report discrepancies, which should have raised red flags for someone of his caliber. Going further, think about how Bill's underlying dread of losing another family member is the source of his desperation. A dread heightened by previous catastrophes, such as the death of a loved one in a tragic accident or treachery. Grace has been able to take advantage of him because of this emotional weakness, hoping that he would be open to grasping at any glimmer of hope. However, a person who used forensic scrutiny to question possible partners in the past would have asked for second views from leading experts or perhaps engaged private detectives to confirm Grace's qualifications and the validity of the process. To add some creativity to this part, consider a subplot in which Bill has a short conversation with a reliable Ella, like as Justin Barber, who expresses worries about Grace's history, including alleged unethical prior professional transgressions, but Bill quickly brushes it off. Plot ease is not the only reason for this blind hole. Fun's patience is being tried by this narrative decision, which paints Bill as the linchpin in a scam that has the potential to destroy his connections and enterprise. With indications pointing to a huge bombshell that would reveal the whole tumor incident as a complex fake, the next discovery seems to be a game changer. Following the first diagnosis and the alleged miracle operation that never materialized, Bill is about to have an unpleasant awakening that might destroy his confidence and compel understanding the extent to which he had deviated from his basic self. When the truth comes to light, possibly via an anonymous tip or a mistake in Grace's meticulously planned ficatafins, they believe it will light a flame that will lead Bill to rekindle his old fire and strike revenge. Imagine him using that timeless ferocity to mount a counteroffensive that may include court cases, public disclosures, or even using his media empire to permanently damage Grace's character. With new components like Bill teaching a younger colleague the art of strategic retribution and drawing comparisons to his own ascent to power, this might provide the character with a much-needed reset. Positively, this disaster may result in something redeeming, since Bill's rage may strengthen family ties or give him a new sense of purpose, reminding everyone why he was given the moniker Dollar Bill in the first place. The most recent spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Bill is headed for some really upsetting revelations about Grace's actual motivations, which might lead to major conflicts that reshape relationships within the show's world. But there's a fascinating side route the authors may go. One in which Grace's own guilt starts to weigh on her like an anchor, but Bill is kept in the dark, at least at first. Overwhelmed by shame or dread of being discovered, maybe brought on by a near miss with the police or a moral quandary concerning her own family, she could choose to come clean willingly. In this case, Grace approaches Bill when he is vulnerable, revealing the specifics of the scheme and giving him back the substantial $1 million she defrauded him of while pretending to be paying for the surgery. Imagine a tense, rain-soaked nocturnal encounter at a remote cafe where Grace happily expresses her intentions to add creative flair, perhaps linking it to personal debts or a last-ditch effort to save her job. Then, by appealing to Bill's pity or emphasizing how the truth may ruin innocent lives caught in the crossfire, she can beg him not to call the police. This turn of events would give Bill a crucial decision and humanize Grace. Either forgive and move forward, or let his rage run wild. In any case, it leaves viewers wondering if this is the impetus for Bill's successful comeback. The hot summer twists on the brave and the beautiful will be our next topic of discussion. Fans of this tornado of romance and tragedy are buzzing with anticipation for what will happen next as the anticipated shakeups and surprise breakups flare up the screen. The Bold and the Beautiful is fulfilling its promise to upend things with a series of abrupt alliances and dramatic splits that are reshaping connections within the Forrester, Spencer, and Logan clans as the sun-drenched summer days play out on the CBS soap opera. A season full of emotional roller coasters, from intense arguments to heartfelt reconciliations, tempted viewers. And by pushing adored characters into unexplored realms of love and grief, the program is living up to the anticipation. As Queen Steffi Forrester prepares to go, leaving her loyal husband in a state of loneliness and grief, this week alone promises a moving farewell that has the potential to shatter one of the show's central relationships. However, who might intervene to provide comfort at this sensitive moment? Stay tuned as we explore further developments, such as creative situations like Steffi thinking back on her relationship with Liam during a bumpy trip. Perhaps sharing her conflicted feelings with a fellow traveler adds further depth to the continuing story without deviating from the main theme. Liam Spencer is at the center of this chaos, and his father's ambitious treatment plan gives his terrible health struggle a remarkable turn. Spencer is a resourceful dollar bill. According to spoilers, Liam will be taken quickly from Los Angeles to a specialized hospital where state-of-the-art treatments will be used to treat his serious cancer diagnosis. A plot that has captivated viewers with its combination of high stakes and optimism. Steffi Forrester, whose protective instincts take over, insists on going with her ex-husband since she can't bear to let him go through this alone. She promises to be by his side at every surgery and recovery milestone. To enhance this tale, picture the two of them spending peaceful time together in a clinic with a view of the shore, where Steffi reminisces about special occasions from their turbulent past, such as their hectic Aspen wedding, or the birth of their daughter Kelanu. It is necessary to provide details that accentuate the emotional tug and highlight Steffi's reluctance to leave Liam at his hour. Although this choice was made out of sincere care, it has a domino effect at home, increasing tensions and creating opportunities for unexpected relationships. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi's sudden departure from town serves as more than simply a story point. Due to McInnes Wood's real-life maternity leave and actor Jackal's involvement, the writers had to come up with a plausible reason to temporarily remove her character from The busy scene in Los Angeles. As Steffi immerses herself in Liam's treatment path, away from the comforting glitz of Forrester Creations, this narrative decision may keep her off-screen for a considerable amount of time, possibly weeks or even months. Adding to this, imagine Steffi sending sincere video messages to her family, apologizing while confirming her dedication to Liam's survival. She may even arrange virtual family gatherings to emphasize the stress on her marriage. Her husband, Dr. John Finn Finnegan, is left to deal with the loneliness of their empty house, while Steffi seems strangely removed from the recent catastrophes in her desire to leave. Bold and the lovely hints also add to the suspense by implying that Steffi is ignoring Finn's deep sadness. Despite the complex dynamics of their connection, Luna is aware of Zawa's sad shooting and premature death, especially in the aftermath of his daughter. This loss has devastated him. Finn, a kind physician and father figure, needs time to think about this. Heartbreak. However, Steffi completely turns her attention to Liam, putting her former over her present husband in a decision that is igniting passionate discussions among fans. To imaginatively develop this, picture Finn exploring the hallways of their shared house and discovering Luna's misplaced items, such as a treasured pendant or a handwritten letter, which causes him to have memories of sweet father-daughter times and heightens his loneliness. Steffi's decision to pursue Liam rather than support Finn in the morning seems betraying, since it makes space for other characters or past romantic partners to join the scene and provide him the empathy he so sorely lacks. Here comes Hope Logan, who may be the ideal confidant for the bereaved Finn since her own personal life is about to change. Daphne Rose is making a victorious comeback to Los Angeles, according to spoilers. Daphne's magnetic draw from their shared past might test the loyalty of Carter Walton, her adversary, who is ready to cause problems and force a wedge between Hope and her present beau. In the same way that Steffi and Liam's departure leaves a hole in the social fabric of the play, this rupture may leave Hope alone once again as she navigates the solitary scene. Coming up with a novel twist. Imagine Daphne setting up an unexpected meeting at a high society event when she reveals long-kept information about Carter's previous transgressions, sowing doubtful seeds that undermine Hope's faith and drive her to look for comfort elsewhere. Hope and Finn naturally gravitate towards one another now that Steffi and Liam are no longer together, rekindling a friendship that previously blossomed in unexpected ways. Examining their relationship in further detail reveals a compelling past that many fans have wished to see explored further. Is filled with instances of sincere intimacy that suggested and tapped love possibilities before the authors took separate paths. Recall those heated discussions during family emergencies when Finn's identity or health issues were met with steadfast support from Hope. A loud group of fans voiced their displeasure when the program failed to pair them, seeing it as a lost chance for a powerful duo that combined optimism and hope with Finn's unwavering moral character. Could this be the time when the beautiful and the brave eventually lead them to a closer partnership now that the stars are aligning? Imagine late-night coffee dates at a quaint restaurant where they reminisce about lighter moments, such as a charity event experience or mutual appreciation for each other's resiliences, to add creative depth. These conversations create suspense and fan interest without taking away from the main plot. It is hard to overlook the pressing issues that surround this plot thread. Does Steffi really value the security of her marriage to Finn more than her lingering affections for Liam? Given that his wife seems to be distracted elsewhere, and that their once strong sinful relationship, based on passion and tenacity, is on the verge of disintegrating, can we really blame Finn for turning to someone like Hope for solace when she shows genuine care for his grief over Luna's passing? Maybe opening the door for new partnerships that could change the romantic landscape of the event. With followers conjecturing on social media about everything from custody disputes over shared children to shocking comebacks that upend the status quo, these events promise catastrophic repercussions. The Bold and the Beautiful will continue to surprise fans as the summer heat builds, keeping them interested at every turn. We'll next explore some fascinating events on and off screen in The Bold and the Beautiful, such as how Bridget Forrester may be able to solve a significant mystery concerning Dr. Buckingham Grace. Bridget Forrester, played by Ashley Jones, is poised to reveal a secret that might upend the relationships of the Forrester family in the engrossing world of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans have been talking about Bridget's developing concerns concerning Liam Spencer's abrupt hospital release and his enigmatic move to a remote private care facility. Viewers are wondering about animals because of this storyline surprise. Was it a cover-up by Dr. Grace Buckingham herself, or was it connected to some unreported medical condition? As a doctor with keen intuition and a personal interest in the Spencer family's well, Bridget is not one to overlook such contradictions. In an attempt to put the pieces together, she has been seen looking over medical records, speaking with co-workers, and even addressing important people in private hospital hallways. As it converges with continuing rivalries and romances in Los Angeles elite circles, this plot thread heightens the tension and serves as a reminder of why BNB's unique combination of drama and mystery keeps drawing in viewers. It's the type of soap opera gold that keeps viewers coming back, whether the aftermath from Bridget's inquiry reveals information about experimental cures or secret aliens. Ashley Jones, the actress who plays Bridget, recently revealed a personal truth that she has been keeping out of the public eye, moving the focus from a fictitious drama to the thrill of real life. On the other hand, daytime soap operas such as The Bold and the Beautiful provide a fantasy world where people may negotiate extravagant situations that are completely different from real life, such as careless love triangles. Betrayals by corporations and networks that miraculously rebound, like Lifetime, use a different strategy. They specialize in compelling stories that are taken from out of the news, using real-life occurrences as inspiration to make films that conflate entertaining with factual information. Jones, who is well known for her powerful performances and dramatic hospital sequences on BNB, chose to enter this field and disclose that she is working on a project that has been secret for some months. Her ability to strike a balance between the high-stakes world of soap operas and more realistic, fact-based stories is shown by this move, which may draw in a crossover audience looking for authenticity among the glitz. Jones decided to reveal the information on Instagram, sharing an eye-catching screenshot from a recent Hollywood Reporter story announcing Lifetime's next slate of blockbuster films. Lifetime's new is based on the September movie headlines. The article promoted a forthcoming movie that promises a thorough examination of a well-known true crime case involving treachery, mystery, and long-delayed justice. The movie is based on terrifying real-life events from the 1980s. For extra flair, I've envisioned the movie focusing on a small-town scandal where an apparently ideal family is hiding sinister secrets, reiterating themes of deceit that B&B fans would find appealing. With an impressive cast that includes Holly Barrett, Doug Savon, Mary Lou Henner, Sam Trammell, and of course, Ashley Jones herself, Alina Thompson as a resolute investigator, Courtney Stodden in a breakthrough dramatic part, and Lisa Aguilar as a conflicted witness. With its period-perfect elements such as neon clothing and synth-heavy soundtracks that vividly depict the tension on Earth, the film seeks to enthrall. Jones performed in it in a variety of roles. Accompanying her spouse Pierre David as a producer, she developed the idea from a proposal to a finished production. After holding the news close to her chest for what seemed like a lifetime, Jones shared her joy at finally revealing it in a touching Instagram message. She added, "I can't express how delighted I am to discuss it," characterizing the movie as an immersive 80s real crime tale that she and David had meticulously crafted from the ground up. After several brainstorming meetings, screenplay modifications, and casting calls that prioritized diversity and depth in narrative, she disclosed that the concept had been submitted to Lifetime over a year earlier. Jones took on the twin responsibilities of executive producer and actress with enthusiasm, devoting herself to studying the historical case and maybe using issues including corporate fraud or notorious 1980s murders like the Preppy murder to provide realism. With a nod to the entire cast and crew, she added, "I'm very proud to have produced this one with an amazing team." From directors who captured the retro vibe to costume designers who sourced authentic vintage pieces, she hinted at more revelations to come, possibly including behind-the-scenes footage or companion documentaries that would build anticipation for the September premiere. With the secret out, Jones has been more open, talking to peers and fans about the film's subtleties. This project is a major turning point in Jones' career, broadening her horizons beyond soap operas and into the world of made-for-TV films that educate as much as they entertain, possibly even encouraging viewers to investigate the actual events that inform the story. Lully Bell, the popular character from The Young and the Restless, was among the first to remark, saying, "Great job, app," lauding Jones' executive producer position. Jones immediately responded, indicating a future partnership. "We need to do one." Bell affirmed with 100%, sparking ideas among fans about potential cross-soap projects or joint ventures in the true crime genre. Adding to the chorus of support was Jones' BNB colleague Naomi Matsuda, who embodies Dr. Lee Finnegan on the show. Matsuda's comment was a burst of enthusiasm. He asks, to which Jones warmly responded, "A WW friend." Perhaps Matsuda even shared advice from her own acting experiences, drawing parallels between her character's medical expertise and the film's investigative elements. These exchanges demonstrate the close-knit community within daytime television, where stars frequently rally around each other's side gigs, creating a sense of camaraderie that extends beyond the screen. As if art imitates life, the fan response has been overwhelmingly positive, with many expressing pride in Jones's decision to venture into producing and tackle a genre that demands emotional authenticity. Comments praising Jones' diverse talents were abundant, with some drawing parallels between Jones' real-life foray into true crime storytelling and Bridget's detective-like pursuits on BNB. Though not all reviews were positive, a few online trolls and skeptics appeared in comments, casting doubt on a movie's premise or dismissing it as just another Lifetime movie. Fans speculated on Bridget's character's possible development, wondering if this off-screen success might influence her arcs, such as adding more mystery-solving elements. Some people criticized the casting choices or voiced concerns about adapting events from the 1980s for contemporary audiences, but Jones handled it well, concentrating on the positives and ignoring the commotion. This range of responses highlights the intensely loyal and hurtful nature of soap fandom, but it hasn't lessened the excitement surrounding her accomplishment. There is a lot more drama ahead, whether Bridget discovers Dr. Buckingham's secret or Jones' Lifetime film becomes a hit. Stay tuned to BNB Spoilers for all the latest twists. As we conclude this spoiler-filled update, it is evident that Ashley Jones is not just a regular on The Bold and the Beautiful, but a creative force broadening her horizons. Thank you for joining us.